for watching today. I'm Jennifer, and welcome to my kitchen at Tiny Barn Farm. I wanted to share with you today a recipe that I've been making quite often for my dog. I don't know if any of you have watched Miles's birthday video, but our dog Miles, who's a shepherd mix, just turned 15. So because of his sensitive stomach, I make him a really healthy dog cookie recipe that he just loves so much. So I thought I would share it with you today. It basically consists of 5 ingredients. So I use ripe bananas, a couple of ripe bananas, an egg, 1 egg, and I use all natural peanut butter. So this one I just picked up just the other day. I always just make sure that it doesn't have any other ingredients except peanut butter or peanuts, roasted peanuts, just because sometimes some of the store-bought peanut butters now are adding other things that are not good for dogs. So if you're thinking about making peanut butter cookies for your dog, just make sure that the ingredients is only peanuts. And what else? I think that's it. Oh, and oatmeal. So grab that. So I just use regular oats. You can use quick oats, but I just use like old-fashioned oats. So I'm just gonna throw this all together, and we'll get these baking for Miles, and then of course I'll show you a video of him taste testing because he just loves these. So I'm gonna first mash the banana up. These are quite ripe, but that's okay. He loves them. The riper, the sweeter. So he's a big fan of ripe bananas. I like my bananas green, but he tends to eat the ones that sit on the counter for a while. So just stick that in the compost. And I just grab a fork and mash those up. So I just mash them up with a fork until it's just kind of a bit of a lumpy mess. The oil that is called for in the recipe is coconut oil. And I've used coconut oil and it's really great. I just find that with the natural peanut butters, you get that oil kind of residue at the top. You know how it settles? I've been using that in this dog recipe, and holy cow, our dog just loves it. So, and it's a really great use for it. We don't actually just mix it all in. When we stir the peanut butter, we just find it's a little messy and cumbersome. So I just pour it out and I use it in his cookies. So that's the banana there, just mushed up. So then it calls for a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. So I'm just gonna take a 1/4 cup of that in my little handy measuring cup. Mix that in. 1 egg. I love these eggs. I only have a few in here, but we get them from a local farm and they're usually all different colors. So neat. Yeah, we eat a lot of eggs around here. All right, crack that egg. And mix in about 2 cups of oatmeal. Sometimes I put more depending on how wet it is. Like if it's pretty runny, I'll like it a little drier so that it bakes nicely. So I'll just stir that all up together. Yeah, see, I find with that consistency, it's still a little runny, so I'm just gonna add a little more oatmeal. I just kind of go by eye, but that was about 1/2 cup. So that would be up to 2.5 cups. Sometimes even I go up to 3. I like it a little bit dry. I just find the cookies stick together better when it's a little bit drier. They stick together better when they're in the oven, when they're baked. All right, so to me, that feels a little better. That's a little more like it. That's kind of the consistency that I'm after. It's just not as runny as the other one. So now I can kind of scoop it up and make little mini biscuits for the little bugger we have. So put that in the sink. Oh shoot, you know what I almost forgot? the actual peanut butter. So we have the peanut butter oil, but I don't actually have the peanut butter. So let's scoop up, what was I saying? A 1/4 cup of peanut butter. So I'm gonna just scoop up. I like to average, just kind of take averages when I bake. I'm not really an exact measurement person, but eyeballing this, I'd say that's about a 1/4 cup. Doesn't really matter. Our dog doesn't know the difference. And it'll taste delicious to him, so he's happy with that. So I'll just kind of mush that all together. Make sure the peanut butter is mixed in nicely with everything else. These actually smell quite good. And you know what? People can eat these. It's all human food. Very healthy. My husband loves them. He's always like wanting me to make him a batch too. He sneaks one here and there. You can also substitute the banana with like pureed pumpkin. Dogs love pumpkin. It's really good for their digestion as well, especially older dogs. I've done that a couple times in the fall when I have pumpkin available. I just find this time of year, we usually end up with a lot of bananas that just kind of end up sitting on the counter. So I like to use those up as much as possible. I'm not really a banana bread fan. I think I just haven't found a recipe that I like. So all of our ripe bananas go to Miles. That's okay, he loves them. All right, so now basically I just take, actually, you know what? I'm gonna preheat the oven to 350. And they're gonna bake for, I think it's about, oh yeah, so about 15 minutes. So I bake them for about 15 minutes until they're golden on the top, and then they're ready. And then actually, I turn the oven off, but I leave them in the oven for another 15 minutes just so they crisp up a little bit, because they do tend to be a little bit chewy. So if they crisp up a little bit, they'll kind of dry out, which is nice, and then they're a little bit better to store. I have put these in the freezer and they freeze really well. Actually, I just give them to my dog frozen sometimes, and he just loves them. So yeah, he's pretty happy with these. And actually, I have a clip of him on his 15th birthday eating a large heart-shaped one that I made for him, and he's just, yeah, it's one of his favorite snacks. He doesn't get a lot of snacks. This is one of them. Rather than just having milk bones or whatever, it's always nice to give him something a little more nutritious. But I'll kind of show you what these are looking like. I basically shape them into little rounds. So that would be kind of the size of the cookies. But you can make them any size you want, really. If you have a larger dog, you can make them like human-sized cookies. If you have a tiny little dog, I suppose you can make them even smaller than this. You would just have to maybe decrease the baking time a little bit. So this is basically what we end up with, which is a pretty good amount. Let's say that's over 2 dozen. Preheated the oven. Throw those in. Yeah, I'd say 15 minutes and they should be ready to go. Go. A little bit golden. Yeah, so I'd say that's about, I don't know, 3 dozen, maybe 4 dozen little cookies. We're gonna let those cool off before we give them to the buggy. Hey, buddy. What's this? What's that? What is it? You want this? You want it? Love cookie. There you go, sweetheart. All right. Sit at you giving me that look. One more.